Hello, thank you for coming back and joining me again. It is Wednesday, the 9th of October already. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm actually recording at the right time of the week for once. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Jenny. I am a crocheter based in North Yorkshire in the UK, and this is my podcast where every couple of weeks I come on and talk to you about all the things I'm making, the things I've finished recently, my plans for the next couple of weeks, and anything else that I think you might find even remotely interesting. So, a huge welcome back to any returning viewers and a huge welcome to any new viewers. Thank you. Very quickly before I carry on, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, why not? It takes a second to click that button and it doesn't cost you anything. So it would be lovely if you did. You do not have to, but it would be wonderful. So I have not got too many projects to talk about today, actually. I have got a couple of finished ones and I have got a couple of works in progress. But the main focus of today's episode really is going to be all the wonderful things that I bought when I went to Yarndale a couple of weekends ago now. So not the one just gone, the one before. Had a wonderful time. I will talk more about it a little bit later on in the episode, and I will show you everything I bought. I went a little bit mad. Yeah, my credit card bill is going to be interesting, I think. Never mind, it'll be fine. Other things that have happened since I last spoke to you. Oh, my market, of course, this weekend just gone. Third one I have hosted all by myself, and by far the best so far. Again, I will talk about that more in a bit, but it was a fantastic day. Could not have gone better, to be honest. Certainly far exceeded my expectations, so yay. I've got a new microphone. I hope it's working okay. I have done a quick test this morning, so yeah, in theory it's working. I hope so. I hope you can hear me all right. Hopefully the sound quality will be a little bit better, and if my husband is moving about in the hallway or whatever at any point, it should not pick up those noises. We will see. Quick bit of admin before I crack on. There will, as has become the norm now, be two parts to this episode. I'll be recording them both on the same day, but releasing them a day or two apart, just so you don't get overwhelmed with videos. First part today is going to be finished objects, works in progress, a little bit of chatter. And then the second part will be the on my radar, the to-do review, and acquisitions. There will be chapters in both parts, so you can easily skip from one part to the next if you're not interested in any particular section, or if you want to go back to a section. It should be really easy for you to do that, either from the progress bar along the bottom of the video or in the description down below. And in the description there will be links to project pages for any of the projects I show you, to websites and social media profiles and so on of anyone that I mention, anything else that I think you need to know. If you think I've missed anything, please do comment and let me know, and I shall give you the information and add it in at a later date. And I think that's everything I need to say at this point. So I'm going to have a quick slurp of tea. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to mention, actually. I have been ill recently, not really badly, but the kids have all been back at school for a few weeks now. I have a son who is 8 years old. He brings home germs. I've had a cold or two. It has turned into a sinus infection, completely unsurprisingly. If you've been here before, you will know I have issues with my sinuses already. So I'm just feeling particularly congested at the moment. Might be a little bit croakier than usual. I will try and keep all the sniffling and coughing and stuff to a minimum. I have got my trusty tea and honey on the go, so hopefully I'll be alright. So yes, I'm going to have a quick slurp of that, and then I shall press on. No interesting mug to show you today. I'm using my travel cup again because it means it'll stay warm for the whole episode. So, finished objects. I've left them on the other side of the room. Hang on. Okay. Thought it was all nice. No. Am I ever? So, I think I mentioned last time that I was here that I'm making my socks for my sister. She doesn't know about them. But, Charlie, if you're watching, go away. Come back in a little bit. Because I don't want you to see them until I give them to you. But yeah, she does know that I'm making them. These are at her request for her birthday this year. Again, if you've been here before, you will know I am notoriously late with birthday presents. I still haven't given my sister-in-law her cardigan. I must do that. I must see her soon. Socks, yes. So I think I showed you one of these ones last time, which was a work in progress. And I have 2 finished socks. So these are using the Watson Waffle Socks pattern. Have I written down who it's by? Probably not. No. As I said, the information will all be down below, so you can find the pattern nice and easily if you need to. It is a free pattern. It is, until very recently, my favourite crochet sock pattern. More on that in works in progress. I've made at least 2 pairs for myself. I've made a pair for my mum, and now I have a pair for my sister Charlie. These may be a little small for her. She does have small feet. She's only little. She'll hate me saying that, but she is. She's short and petite generally. I'm hoping, because they do stretch a bit, so I'm hoping they'll fit okay. If not, obviously I can just make her a new pair. They don't take long. But she specifically asked for little shorty socks, and the inspiration picture that she sent me had the ruffles around the ankle, so I've done a ruffle for these. That's not part of the pattern. I've made that up myself. Yeah, as ever, really lovely pattern, works up really quickly. I love the waffle pattern on the front. That always works up really nicely. And it shows off variegated yarn really, really well. I know a lot of people don't particularly like accidental colour pooling with variegated yarn. I love it. I think it is always really interesting. And it means with things like this, with socks, you get 2 socks that very, very clearly are meant to be a pair, but are not identical, which I think is really nice. But that's just me, I suppose. So the yarn for this is the main colour. Put that down. I'm just holding one at a time. So this main colour is Yorkshire Dales yarn in Enchanted Garden. I don't know if that's a yarn you can get anymore. I have a feeling it isn't. It's been lovely to work with, so sorry. And the toes and heels is, as will not surprise returning viewers, is a yarn by Vicky Brown Designs. That's from her mini skein club from March 2023. So they have paired really well together. And I've used, how much have I used? Total weight of yarn used for these. It's a standard 4-ply merino sock yarn, so 75% merino wool, 25% nylon for both the yarns that I've used. It's nice and soft but strong, as you need for socks. Well, this is ideal anyway. I have used a total of 71 grams. So you can easily get a pair out of 100 gram skein of your nice yarn, plus a mini for the toes and heels if you want, or not, just use, do it all in one colour. That would look really lovely too. Obviously if you wanted a longer leg, there's plenty of yarn left. I've got plenty of yarn left from the skein. I could have made them a lot longer if I'd wished to do so. That is socks pair number 1. I've made another pair of socks. Since I spoke to you last, I have rediscovered my love of making socks, which is very useful, something I will talk about in part 2. It's a socky time of year. I'll come back to that. So, pair number 2 are these rather delightful things. How pretty are those? So yeah, fun socks. I haven't done a ruffle for these ones. I thought I'd do one pair with a ruffle, one pair without, and then she's got a choice. But again, they're nice little short socks, so if she wants to wear them with trainers or slippers or whatever, they'll just sit nicely at her ankle. And these are from the Moss Stitch sock pan, which again I've used before. Again, I haven't written down who it's by, but it will be in the description for you. I'll get there eventually. Again, actually, these work up actually very fast. In fact, how long did it take me? I think it only took a couple of days. Oh no, longer than that. And considering I didn't work on them every day, it's taken less than a week for me to finish them, and I haven't worked on them every day. So I would say, I could easily get them done in a couple of days if I wanted to, especially shorty ones like this. I have amended the pattern slightly, which I know is a risk, especially when making socks for someone else. Probably should have just stuck to it and saved the amendments for a pair for me, but never mind, I've done it now. Basically, the only amendment I've made is that instead, the pattern says to do the moss stitch pattern across the top, and then just normal single crochet stitches across the bottom. That is to basically give you a smooth, well, no, it's not even smoother with moss stitch, a more solid, sturdy base for your sock because you're walking on it. I have found so far that sock yarn for me holds up very well. I have not yet, touch wood, had to repair any socks that I've made for myself, so I thought I'd take a risk and do moss stitch all the way around. Charlie's very light, so I can't imagine that she'll wear through them too quickly either, and I can always darn them for her or make her a new pair if they do wear through, so it's not a problem at all. So what else was I going to say about the pattern? Not a lot really. It works up fast. It's lovely. I really like moss stitch, especially for variegated or self-striping or any other kind of colour changing yarn. I think it looks so pretty the way the stitches sort of drop down into each other. I think it looks really, really lovely. So this yarn again is Yorkshire Dales yarn for the main colour. That's in the colourway Pegasus. Again, you may not be able to get it anymore. I then used 2 minis. I think they were leftover bits of minis rather than a full mini skein, both from Vicky Brown Designs again, because I did the toes and then I did the first half of one heel. I thought, I'm running out. So I thought I'd do the first half of the other heel, see how much I had left, and yeah, nearly used it all. So I thought, okay, I'll do the other half of the heel in a second colour. And actually, I quite like it. It's quite a nice effect. That's not showing up very well. There we go. That's better. Quite like that sort of diagonal line that you get down where you turn the heel. These are short row heels, which I used to hate doing. I've really enjoyed it this time. Not sure I like how they fit me. I'll have to do myself another pair and see now that I quite like them. So we'll see. So the two minis are both Vicky Brown, as I said. This one is that way. Is a miscellaneous colourway. I can't remember. It might be from the Mini Skiing Club. It might be from a Lucky Dip bag. I cannot remember. I don't have the colourway name for you. This one is called Esmeralda. I don't know whether Vicky still dyes this particular colourway, but if it's not in her shop, you could always ask. Many, not all, but many indie dyers will do dyeing to order if you ask them nicely. So if you like it, feel free to ask her. These socks, because I haven't done the ruffle, I've just done, you see around the top, I've just done a tiny bit of ribbing around the top just to pull it in a little bit around the ankle, give it a little bit of stretch. Otherwise, that's that. And so these socks have used 60 grams of yarn. So again, I've got plenty left of this main colour and some left of the second mini. So I could easily have gone for a longer leg or extended the ribbing to make a taller cuff. Either way. Yeah. So both patterns are great and I love them. And yes, I've rediscovered my love of socks. So there will be many more in my near future. I was going to say immediate. Actually, yes, immediate future. Again, talk more in a minute on that one. I think that's all I was going to say. And I think I was going to say that's my only finished object. It's not. This is going to be a little bit rustly. Hold on a moment. Although we'll see actually how rustly it is with the mic, whether it picks it up or not. So I think I mentioned last time, sorry, itchy eye, that I have been playing with polymer clay recently. I've been having lots of fun with it. I've bought all kinds of tools and supplies. I made a few little bits and pieces. So just to move away from crochet for a minute, but still crochet adjacent, I have been making stitch markers and buttons. They are, the stitch markers are Halloween themed. Look at the little ghosties. How cute are they? These all went along to my market on Saturday and were fairly well received. There's the ghosts, and that's more ghosts. Oh, I don't know enough on there. What else? Where are the others? Oh, that's my buttons, which I'll show you in a moment. And then the other ones I've got, there we go, are a bat and a cat and a hat in each set. Which I didn't do deliberately, but I love that the set kind of rhymes. Just hold those up a little bit so you can see each one better. So there's the bat. There we go, focus. And come here. There's the hat. I love the hats actually. I really, really like them. And yes, that is sparkly purple. How perfect is that? And then I've done some little black cats, which I'm not 100% happy with. I don't like how the tails have come out, so I need to work on refining those. I'm going to make some more Halloween ones. I've got some pumpkin cutters and a different ghost shape, I think, and a couple of spider webs. I like the spider web ones, so watch this space for more, and I am intending to get these up in my online shop very soon, hopefully this week. So if you'd like some, let me know. And I will get them out to you. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I've also been making some big buttons. You will have seen one set of these last time because I made this particular colour of button to go with the pumpkin cushion that I'd made. I love how easy buttons are. And then I've been using up all the sort of scrappy leftover bits of clay. I didn't get these out to show you. I might take a picture and add it in, to make little scrappy stitch markers and scrappy buttons. So I just kind of roll the different colours of clay together and roll it out, much as I did for those big ones actually. So you get a kind of marbled effect, and then the stitch markers are just little balls of clay, and I'm just cutting out button circles for buttons from it as well, just to use up as much, in fact every little bit of clay. I don't want to waste any. So that's been fun. Attaching the jump rings and the clasps, fiddly work. But I've learned a lot already. My technique has improved already, so I'm getting better, and I'm going to carry on. I'm loving it. I'm not intending to make loads and loads of things from polymer clay, but little things. I like having fun stitch markers anyway, so even if I only make them for myself, that's something. But I thought, who doesn't like a good stitch marker in the yarny world that we live in? So I thought that would be a good thing to try and sell. And buttons, again, nice interesting buttons are always fun, and that's really why I started. I'm intending to make many more cushions over the next year or so, and I like to make cushion covers that can actually come off the cushion so you can wash them. I know a lot of people make crocheted cushions where it's fixed all the way around, and that's fine, but I have a child, I have a pet, I am clumsy and spill drinks. I like to be able to wash my cushion covers, and I know other people do too. So I like to make removable ones, and zips are fine, but I'm not a very good sewer. So I find adding zips, I can do it and I can do a reasonably good job, but it's tricky and it takes time, and it's annoying. Buttons are so much easier, and this way I can make buttons in any colour I like, any size I like, any shape I like, to go with the cushions that I have made. So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. Don't expect to see loads of polymer clay stuff every single episode, but there'll maybe be a little bit every now and then. I do need to crack on and make some more for the next market that I'm going to, which I haven't written down to tell you about, but I must when we get to the chatter in a bit. Right, more tea. Back in a minute. Okay, works in progress. I have somehow got myself to a position where I only have 3 active works in progress at the moment. I'm sure it won't last, especially because there are many, many other things that I want to make. But yeah, just 3. There's nothing for me. There's loads hibernating. Most of which you can see back there. Oh, you can't because my head's in the way. Behind me. There are 3 cubby holes full of projects I need to get back to, plus a couple down here. And a couple downstairs, I think, as well. So there's plenty of them. But active works in progress, just 3 at the moment. So the mystery crochet along being run by Vicky Brown Designs, I have not made any progress on since the last time I spoke to you. I will finish it. I'm still counting it as active. I do want to get back to it. In fact, I might print off the next section after I finish this and work on it tonight, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, there's nothing to show you, so I haven't brought that up. What I will show you is the small amount of progress I have made on the blanket that I'm making for my brother. Now again, Josh, if you happen to be watching this, which you probably aren't, but if you are, look away now. Come back in a couple of minutes. Don't listen. So this is the blanket I'm making for my brother, which is self-designed colourwork blanket based on a photograph, which that's all I'm going to say for now. Just I don't want too many details to get out there. You won't be able to tell what this is supposed to be yet. But I have added a few rows. Please excuse all the very long yarn tails. They are there for a reason. It's coming together. I'm about just under a third of the way through now, I think. So still very slow going. I am still intending to get it finished by the end of the month, but that's looking less and less likely. I shall keep going and we'll see. We'll see what happens. It does need to be my main focus at the moment. That said, there are lots of other things I need to make as well. But as I have said before, I want to get this done. It's a really special blanket. It is hopefully going to make my brother very, very happy. And it is well overdue. His birthday was in April. So, but yeah, I am slowly chipping away. I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy with the way it's looking. So there we go. That is that. And now on to the other work in progress, which I have put down and can't find. Another sock. Told you, I've rediscovered socks and my love thereof. So this one's almost finished. The second one is very carefully tidied away in the armhole, so I won't take it out to show you. I've actually nearly finished the second one as well. I'm more than halfway through it. And this is a bit of an experiment. And so far it's going really, really well. This sock fits my foot. So let me tell you about this. This is a pattern that I happened across because of, it's not my final work in progress. I've got one more to show you. Well, I've not written any notes. That's really unhelpful. I happened across this pattern because of the wonderful Sam at Chaos and Kismet, who I will mention more in a minute when I get onto the other work in progress. We've become quite good friends actually through YouTube, just met through YouTube. She commented on one of my videos a few months ago now, and we got chatting, and she's wonderful. So please do go and check out her channel if you haven't already. I know some of you have come to me from her, so we're swapping subscribers. It's lovely. But yeah, she mentioned this in one of her Stitch Your Library, I think, videos. Sorry, Sam, if I've got that wrong. A few weeks ago. And I thought, oh, different way of working the heel. Must give that a try. Because heels are the one bit of making socks that I don't really enjoy all that much. I'm just paranoid that my mic is going to stop working. So I'm going to keep checking it. So again, I haven't written this down, so I can't tell you right now. If I remember, I'll pop it on screen. If not, the details will be in the description. But the pattern is just called the spiral sock pattern, I think. And spiral sock or spiral heel, something like that. And you start from the heel and you work a spiral. Okay, it's a bit scrunchy because it deliberately doesn't lie flat because it's supposed to go around your heel. You start with a spiral in your two colours. This again is a free pattern, so I'm fine to tell you all of this. And then you work the leg, and then you work the foot, and then you work the toe. Simple. And it has worked up so quickly. I started these 2 days ago. I got this one almost finished in the first. No, I didn't. I got the heel done on the first day. I started it quite late. Got all of this sock and most of the next one done yesterday. So I'll have finished these tonight, hopefully. That's my plan anyway, because I'm really, really enjoying them. They're going to be so cozy and comfortable. They are designed to have a slightly slouchy leg, which I may tweak for future socks. I don't know. I'm going to experiment with these as I go. So yeah, first reason that it was an experiment is because of the way the heel works. First time I've tried doing that. Love it. Absolutely love it. And obviously I will check the fit more when I wear them properly, but so far feels pretty good. So I'm definitely going to be the words are going. Definitely going to be trying that method again. Because yeah, it's great so far. The yarn that I'm using is different. It's not a Vicky Brown yarn. What's going on? It's the second set of socks, third pair of socks that I've made not using Vicky Brown as the main colour. These ones don't use Vicky Brown at all. It's the first time I think I've ever made a pair of socks without using her yarn. The reason for that is because this pattern is designed, I'm not clear actually, I think it's designed for a light Aran weight, I think it said. So a DK would be fine, which this is a DK, especially because I have very loose tension, so I often have to size down. And so using a DK yarn with a slightly smaller hook as well, so the pattern calls for. And at the moment, actually, they're really nice and drapey. They're not going to be stiff at all. They're going to be really soft. So luckily, and also because I wanted to use two solid colours, most of my yarn from Vicky Brown is variegated, which would be fine if I chose the right colours. But I just wanted to go solid this time for the first try. So I am using, get this the right way up for you. West Yorkshire Spinners Bo Peep, which is super soft. It's designed as a yarn suitable for garments for babies and things like that. So it's lovely and soft. The colours that I'm using are called, and then put the labels away again, Tooth Fairy for the white and Incy Wincy for the black. That appeals to me more than I can possibly say. I'm such a child, but I love it. Let me tell you the makeup of it, because it's so, all the sock yarn I have used up until now has been merino wool with nylon to make it a sock. This, with it being a West Yorkshire Spinners, is not merino, it is Falkland wool. So we've got how much? There's actually quite a high nylon content as well. So 52% Falkland wool and 48% nylon. I was worried it wouldn't be soft enough, but it is so soft and just flows along the hook like you wouldn't believe. It's just so lovely, and it's squishy, and I can't wait to wear these. I really can't. I'm going to have the warmest feet, which is great because my feet are normally really cold. Even in summer I get cold feet. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy wearing these around the house. They're not going to be, well, I don't know actually, they might end up being boot socks if they fit as well as it feels like they will at the moment. Then they might be boot socks. That's why I've done darker colour at the top instantly, because if I do have them peeking out of my boots or similar, don't like having light coloured socks showing. It's just a thing, just one of my little quirks. So yeah, black for the top. Love them, love them, love them. So happy. Right, final work in progress. Pop these out of the way again. So this is for the make-along that I am co-hosting with Sam from Chaos and Kismet, who I have already mentioned. We are running, if you haven't heard already, the Halloween Hats make-along. I will pop all the details in the description for you, but very quickly, it finishes on Halloween. There will be prizes. You can enter either via my Ravelry group or via Sam's Discord server or by emailing one of the other of us, or both. There is a hashtag, but it's purely for the social sharing nonsense because Instagram is rubbish with hashtags these days. So it's difficult to pull entries from a hashtag. So feel free to share it wherever you like on social media if you do take part. In fact, please do take part. I'm really enjoying seeing what people are making so far. And yeah, share it far and wide. Please do. Feel free to use the hashtag. Feel free to tag me, to tag Sam. But prizes will not be drawn from social media, only from Ravelry, Discord, email. And the purpose of this make-along is to make a hat for Halloween. Or a headband, or a hood, or some form of headgear. And I'm making a witch's hat. And I'm loving it. It's good fun. All the yarn is bundled up inside. There we go. No, it is not finished. Shall I pop it on? Though, obviously it's not finished, you can tell that. Pop it on and see how it looks. Oh, the yarn's running away. And I've got a headband on, so this isn't going to work very well. And it's too tall anyway. Yay, it is. It's working. I never feel like hats suit me. This is going to completely ruin my hair. There we go. It is taking shape. Right, details for you. This is... Where's the first page of my pattern gone? This is a paid pattern. It is the Slouchy Witch Hat pattern. Does it say on here who it's by? It's from a book, I think originally, that is called The Entangled Fae. No, that's the designer. I'm sure it is in the book as well. So yes, it's a paid pattern. Found it on Ravelry. It's by Shelley Daft, otherwise known as The Entangled Fae. It's actually a very simple pattern. Designed for chunky yarn, which... No, is it chunky? Let me check. One moment, please. It doesn't actually say on there. Pretty sure it's designed for chunky yarn. That's certainly what I'm using. Don't use chunky yarn very often. Usually the thickest yarn I will use is a DK for most things. But I had some chunky yarn in my stash that needed using up. And it just so happened to be in colours that I quite like. So that's handy. This is Stylecraft Special Chunky in black and in white and in another colour, dark red. That's not the colour name, but again, the information will be in the notes for you. I've put the label somewhere and I can't see it. So yeah, it's working up again. It's working up pretty quickly. I've been doing it in stages. I want to find now some wire for the brim. I know I've got some craft wire knocking around somewhere. I just need to dig it out from wherever I have put it, because I want the brim to be stiff, basically, and not floppy anyway. There are instructions in the pattern for doing the brim either with or without the wire, which is nice. And yeah, there's not a lot else to say about it really, other than it's working up really nicely. very simple and easy. Said it's paid. Maybe no, it is paid. I'm sure it's paid, Pam. Hey, the link will be in the description for you, so you can find out. But yeah, super duper simple. I think the yarn that the designer used was a self-striping one, so it did all the colour changes itself, but didn't have any self-striping chunky yarn. That was Kelvin sneezing in the background. I don't know whether you heard that or not. We shall see when I come to editing. If I do have self-striping chunky yarn, I don't know where he is. So, but as I said, I had these 3 colours that needed using up anyway. So it is good. Right, let me pop this away. And I think for this part, it's just a bit of a chat and then I'll be done. So I've just realised I said I had 3 active whips. I don't, I've got 4. For some reason I hadn't written down the socks. Anyway, chatter. What have I got to tell you today? So Yarndale, that was end of September. I will tell you more about it in the next part because I will show you all the acquisitions done, all the wonderful things that I bought. Like I said, I went a bit overboard. But in general, it was a lovely day. We had a lot of fun. I went with my friend Fee, who is Fiona Creates on Instagram. We've known each other for a very long time. She is the reason that I crochet. She didn't, tell me to do it, didn't even teach me, although I asked her for advice a lot in the beginning. But she inspired me. She had been crocheting for at least a couple of years, I think, before I started, and I just kept seeing all the wonderful things she made and thought, you know what, I need to give that a try. And I did, and I haven't looked back since. So it's all her fault. The whole reason that you're even watching this video, it's all because of her. Yeah, we had a lovely day. We were really lucky with the weather, not too hot, but did not rain. We bought lunch there from the pop-up cafe thing that they had going on, which is all very nice. And it was just wonderful to see so many yarny people in one place. So Yarndale is in, it's not now, but will be again next year, in Skipton, which is also in Yorkshire. And it's a bit of a distance from where I am, but it is possible and not too difficult to get there by train. So that is what we did. And they put on a shuttle bus from the train station to the actual venue. So it's about a mile's distance, which isn't too far. And we would have walked, and in fact did on the way back. But when we got there on the train, the shuttle bus happened to be waiting outside the train station as we came out, which may have been deliberate, actually, thinking about it now. Anyway, so we hopped on there, and that was fab. A double-decker bus, and every single person on that bus was talking about crochet or knitting or yarn in general, and I've found my people. This is amazing. Didn't actually talk to anybody else, obviously, that'd be far too adventurous. But it was just nice to be in that kind of environment, in that atmosphere of everyone excited about going to this event that we were all going to. I think what everyone was wearing, so many people were wearing things they'd made. I was wearing a cowl that I have made that I've shown on here before. That was it, unfortunately, but there were loads of people with lovely shawls or cardigans or you name it. And the show itself was fab, really, really well organised. I did take some pictures, which if I remember and / can be bothered when it comes to editing, I shall add in over here for you. They had some sheep, not loads obviously, but just a few in pens dotted around the place, who we said hello to. I think 3 or 4 different breeds of sheep, I think, so you can see where the wool comes from, basically. So that was lovely. They were all very well behaved. And yeah, just so many beautiful things. I could have spent even more money than I did. I could have bought everything. So yes, I've spent a lot of money, bought a lot of things, but I was restrained actually. I put things down. I put things back. That's hard for me. Yeah, we had some lovely conversations with a couple of the vendors. We went to have a chat with my other friend Fee, who runs Yarn Etc., the yarn shop in the town I'm in Harrogate. She was there not as a vendor, but running the knit and natter bit. So that was lovely. Stopped and had a chat with her. It was just wonderful. So it's all over for this year, but if you get a chance to go next year, I highly recommend it. It was lovely. And talking of lovely days, my craft market that I hosted Saturday just gone. Oh, wow. If you are one of my vendors or one of the many members of the public who came in to have a look around, thank you. Thank you so much. I had the best day. Honestly, exceeded my expectations by miles. By absolute miles. We were lucky with the weather, so that may well have had a factor. It is a good time of year for craft markets. That may have had a factor. But wow, it was so busy. So many people came. So many people came. I know 2 or 3 vendors, myself included, actually, because I do have a stall as well as running it. Because it'd be silly not to, wouldn't it? Who made more sales on Saturday than they have at any other event in at least a year. And I'm just, my mind is blown by that. It's incredible. Everyone seemed in a really good mood. We did have music playing. I have a music license now, so I had music playing, which I think helped with the atmosphere, of course. Wonderful caterer, Julie, who I will link for you. Rave reviews of her food, and her wonderful staff were all lovely. I got a free slice of cheesecake because I went to buy one. I was gonna pay for it, but there was a slice that was broken, so she didn't want to sell it to anyone. So she said I could have it for free, which was wonderful. Very, very tasty it was too. Yeah, thank you to Jackie for going and getting me a hot chocolate from McDonald's. Oh yeah, wonderful. Just could not have gone better. So I will definitely be doing more. I cannot do another one this year. I did want to originally, but I'd already booked myself into too many other markets over the next couple of months. Not that I'm doing loads, but I can't really do like one every week. I can't do it, especially not in the run up to Christmas. There's too much else going on. So I've had to leave it for this year, but I will be organising at least 4 next year, maybe 5 or 6. We'll see. I'll need to look at the calendar and work out dates and things. I'd like to do, ideally, one every other month, but we'll see. We will see. Especially because summer is tricky for me and not always a great time for craft markets anyway. So I don't know. But I'm definitely going to be doing more. I will definitely do a Christmas market next year, maybe 2. And yeah, watch this space. I will let you know as soon as I have dates. On the subject of markets, I am at another one, not this weekend, next Sunday. I haven't written it down. I will put the date will be in the description. That's in Wetherby. So that is being run by Adele, who is the owner of Be Crafty Markets. She's great. I have been to several of her events before. They're always lovely. So if you are in with a bit on that date, please do pop along. Was I going to tell you anything else? I'm not sure I was really. Oh, just a quick note. I would say my counselling's still going well, but I haven't been in a couple of weeks. I was ill. Well, the reason I was late recording last time is because I was ill, and I also didn't go to counselling that week because I didn't want to spread germs around. And then my counsellor had last week off, so obviously couldn't go then. So I am going today after lunch. Don't really want to, but it's important, and I've got lots of nice things to talk about this time, so I will go. It will be good. Actually, the last session I had was very hard work, but I think very productive, very useful. Right, that's it for this part. I'm going to have a quick break, tidy up these things a little bit, get my big basket of acquisitions to show you, and I will then record part 2, which again will be released a day or two after this part. My voice is going. But yes, will be next in the list if you haven't watched this straight away, and if you have, then it will be coming very soon. I'm just going to do one more very quick time. If you subscribe, you can get a notification every time I release a video, so you will never ever miss one. Just something to bear in mind. Right, I'm going to go. Thank you very, very much for watching. I'll be back shortly.